Me mache na me mo akwa by the oba Adom TV so na emredru so say de nsema esi wona wotwe mu de brel na yetumi sin konwa pensen nsem no mu ye hwe se ne be ya Oman Ghana be fan in tempefra show yi efi Adom TV ne twa ne ho e wa Adom Asempa FM and your Facebook pages Adom TV and Asempa FM Facebook pages nyina no obetumi de wadwen kire eja e wo your Facebook page no so you be fan yakan obi aso atumi ho won so se ne wo so dwen efa Ghana nsensem e koso ho na wonim se na wotwe ensem bebre na na si ye na wotwe ye na wotwe bia Ghana edit team ekopie mu Washington DC IMF and World Bank year or mon share more from spring meetings no and na Ghana penny for could draw more efa kwan bia so betumi a convince external creditors who him say 3 billion loan I pay IMF ho no and no me no I didn't kind of say to me and say or see nya sa ye kai ye de no yetumi ma space bebem so that scan be ban yetumi de aboa na ya toto o man sikasem ni yi eno nti Ghana ne ye friend domestic debt exchange program eno no ya ye wie aban interest yetumi nya nkofo ananka ye de o muka ewo Ghana ha no 85% emomutumi egetum sampa okay sika ka na ye de no monhwe na montre emra na nka so mu de tua ye ka no so that Ghana tumi nya space bi adandan ne ho na ne aka ne ye external creditors eno da pen we mu ye kopie mu sa IMF ne World Bank spring meetings no Ghana mpenin for abomodin ehia bebre na ne omo adin komo she ne be omo so beja tum so omo abeka ye ho na yetumi nya sa external creditors no omo average mu so okay IMF mu discount mo omo a yebetumi abo omo no mo atoto nyoma ne yie nanu ya na finance minister Asia omo no mkuta ye euro bond no editor mo nim se ya ye nyoma bi a kire se Ghana ebetumi afri ya ha ye wo mu no nanso ye behia omo mo ai ama etumi ensa kasa 3 billion dollars na fi IMF de etumi de atoto nyoma ebetumi ama Ghana ya sabe di ye position na nka ye ka the fastest growing economies ewo Africa ho nsem no finance minister edi nsem no mutu bebre ye behwe sinkonya na ye di ho nkomo again na wotwe mu nso no sa political incitement political actors ejina campaign platforms so etumi share omo followers kutupa so ye de denya ye be hold on to power obi so betumi aka say nya de be ma obi abeje power na fi ensem obi de obaka say we do or die affair eno na Ghana for bebre bi say aden say ba ne say yenkoto aba kom ana say ye exchange of ideas ye hwe nipa obetumi abu man ni yi eno nso kan sema ene yebesi nkwa enkonya ne yetumi a discussing ho onum say na wotwe mu nso politics nsem na hye mu yi kumewu ba election ba beba NDC for candidate in near all two nko obo pro ahwe say okay the plans so de makumbewu no betumi atodwa na abo no mananwi ni MPP for so no na yete say enkofo nwotwe na etumi ede omo etu omo hasi wo say omo so nyaya nko be di MPP anim akosa ba election mu eno so honsem te say eno yade a esi na wotwe mu nenso enadwumedie no issues me no ebedi ho enkomo sa political incitement no ene kwa betumi afaso a ye be prevent no so betumi ede nsema enye ede bebre o man Ghana se ba no IMF nsem na ye hwe lessons for the future ye ko ye nim no den na o se Ghana tumi ye na economy no tumi fa in temper efra so ansem we na ye ba be sinkonya ede ho nkomo na se ba no IMF nsem na Joy FM and I mean Joy Business or more assistant editor back on George we are Washington DC baby meetings in air course no be join here on Zoom no day near course Washington Ibiano or the abre ha so ban political incitement and so Dr. Victor Doke of the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center on so ba kan here to me din come I'm in studio no from the NDC your Ambrose Amwa Asia former MC for Upper Dinchra West Municipal Assembly Baba Kansa na to me Edin Komo George Krobia Sante your Deputy Communications Director for the NPP on so Baba Kansa na to me Edin Komo me di dwuma ho chia me from Samuel Kojo Brace between from SKB and Kojo I'm okay with anything. My producers me know one name no mama akwaba. So I'm a whole quine say enjoy no fee officers maybe I will be a na ntumi no wundi in share so I to say you be try ho ye ba na wotwe dwumadi ye be hyase na ye den nsem na ye wo no ye tumi de agu ho na ye di ho nkomo oni entena ye batisi a Memo akwaba bio emfambre na watwe dwumadie so e Adom TV ene Asempa FM. Safe na wode wafri ne ndato ha Adom TV. So ti radio so Asempa FM 94.7. Well, yen shase mfi Ghana ye $3 billion loan ye pefi IMF on nsema osi ye du hujuma na watwe mu yakokopie mu Washington DC ye partake in IMF World Bank spring meetings. George Weafe ewo edema multimedia juma kuno wa join ya na pay ewo Zoom so George not then George mute mam na yet my follow America China I
have unmuted I don't know.
Okay, why is this here? Yeah, this is Amatonka.
Okay, yeah.
Into my summary of Okay. My summary of most manzama confident that we're
I think the meetings are still ongoing. Depending on, let's say, any officials for our IMF Akasa, bring back Canada. Ghana is enjoying a lot of goodwill, and that anybody that you engage, you get the impression that they are trying to do everything possible for Ghana to get this program. On yet, Sikan Kojo, I was a brave Ghana, but when back at the structural reforms, and Yama Ghana when back and never again will we get to this situation, and that is for them as a particular. And in the day press conference, African director, oh yeah, maybe send there. CCI, yeah, cause CCI, Ghana any program with you then. No response in there. Ghana meets bring you back and there. Preconditions ning na, and as that work CCI, yeah, na yakobo one akakobo so one approach. Most not be a yon marriage agreement. Na waba on board this programming. Osenso kede Ghana ye nyamo do in terms of steps to put in place when you begin the structural reforms in terms of Ghana getting the program, let's say when you begin there is very, very soon. Because you engaging a lot of people who matter in this IMF also behind the scenes, and you get the impression that they may not order that ban on there, able to maintain. It's possible. I mean, I've engaged people, directors who are working on Ghana's program, and sometimes one time a little bit that you have to pinch yourself to see whether you are a journalist and you are reporting on issues as it is. But the optimism, even on the part of some of these people, and I'm shocked. And the comments like, Ghana has done what they have to do to try and turn things around. I mean, you are sometimes pushing, and sorry for my choice of words, pushing hard to see whether you can get some bad news. And from even these directors and these technical guys, and they are so optimistic and even surprised about the measures that Ghana has taken to reform and turn things around. And they think that when they say soon, soon can even be the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And that's what we are picking up.
Okay. Interesting. Na ma fansana na twi na do samam brofon but down on finance minister share the Eurobond creditors and na oreka you know we expect an IMF board approval in May in the latest, but then Bruno so or San card or agenda entry so on the set the dating. On so and some today because what be a major issue or Ghana.
I mean, Kojo, and the interesting thing is that for those who matter, and then in terms of Nnawotwi Yi, I mean, even before the minister came out to announce, I mean, we at Joy Business had already put out a story to suggest that Ghana is likely to get a program in late May. And anybody who has been following the discussions in DC and investors and creditors and partners knew all about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago that likelihood that Ghana will get the program in May. I mean, for me, I want to move my analysis or submission away even from what government is saying. I have engaged people personally who are working on Ghana's program here in Washington, D.C. And just like what I'm saying, that they don't rule out Ghana getting a program very, very, very soon. Again, behind the scenes, these officials are also engaging the directors and the creditors, in terms of checking how things are progressing and all the rest. And I engaged one director, for instance, just yesterday, is that behind the scenes, and they're also engaging these creditors. And we're free there even next week or next 2 weeks, and we could get the assurance from these creditors. And that would then make way for them to go to the board. Quoting one director, Kojo Osei, we need just 2 weeks to prep ourselves up for the board approval. So if Ghana should get the creditors just, for instance, maybe next week, that is even ending now, they need just 2 weeks to get a board slot, to prepare the documents and everything, to go to the board. And that's why I'm saying that if I'm just reporting my engagement to these technical guys that I've engaged personally and not any government person talking to me, I am surprised about the optimism. And when I put this thing to them, they tell me that, listen, there is no problem for them as we speak right now. The structural measures, the laws, the revenues, and everything, Ghana has done everything. You sometimes you want to push for.
Ghana BBI or the them programming until them.
And also in terms of structural reforms, and even though it's going to be done over 3 to 4 years, and the necessary measures have been kickstarted right now. Look at revenue. They talk about utility tariffs and all the rest, realistic tariffs and all those issues. Government is doing that. And that's something that I will move my submission away from what government is saying. And I want to deal with directly what I have been able to gather from these technical guys who are working on Ghana's program and what they are telling me.
Okay. Now, actually, entire public debt now is around $50 billion. Yes, Sikenya de ye kwa kwagine de betua kawoze. But se hwe kawa yedze na hwe more be bon na oso. Dem sikan ebaze na oba be pada bon en nta ye wareshem do. Se dem 3 billion oba oboboa ma Ghana ye na economy ni wotum wasana sorry biom.
Kojo, what is happening right now? I identify the problem with your economy. There is a seeming lack of confidence in the economy. Those who matter, those who by economy as one from back. There was bringing back there, policy credibility as it. So I think that we should get the understanding that what an IMF program is doing is a big brother coming on board to take those required measures that would help restore that confidence in the economy. And so let's move away the IMF Sikarba because we need $3 billion. If it's about $3 billion, I think that we can raise that money internally. So what this program is doing is that it's telling all those development partners now will hold on and even investors that there's now a big brother on board to ensure that when it comes to a fiscal situation, or revenue, or expenditure as well, check to ensure that those things are right. Them investors here are bound to partners here with there. Okay. There's a big brother on board that is going to check you. So now we can bring the money back. $3 billion ban on Yesika was a bro, Mama Bisi. Or Yesika all called directly to Bank of Ghana or free balance of payment support. There is about crying if you have put share back. It's the essential step through it, $2 so that is going directly to the Bank of Ghana spread over the next 3 years. Now, programming World Bank is so on board. Okay, our projects and here there's a budget programs as it World Bank Super Bowl on board, they will be providing about $3 to $4 billion. Other partners like the Swiss government, the German government are also going to come on board to support the program. It's in ABI, we could be getting about $12 billion or $11 billion spread over 3 years, tied to certain strict conditions. So, for instance, Swiss government over the years has supported Ghana when it comes to improving revenue collections and that would also come on board. German government will be coming on board with energy sector. How should we do the reforms in terms of supporting? Then let's see number. So it's not just about the money. It's about those structural reforms that would help restore confidence in the economy. Okay, we feed the Y X Y Z into the say economy. Companies are hold on. Because of programming as that area to reform those structural challenges, and they'll come on board. And all these things roped together help to restore confidence in the economy. That is what an IMF program is trying to do. Urban, the structural reforms that will help restore confidence in the economy. That is what we should be looking at.
Okay. In all of this, China, public debt will go to 1.9 billion. Clear, yet today, once why they are coming to the table. I will narrate in some most multi update on China today.
Well, let me start first with the G24 ministers now. It's another forum where engaged and I remember that there was a press conference by these ministers, and there was this question asked. It appears that China doesn't like the bad boy tag, where there's the seeming the one and award drag when it comes to this debt restructuring talks with Ghana and Zambia. So China is not comfortable with that. It appears that now China is softening its stance in terms of coming on board to support Ghana and Zambia. When the Bonyibeka and the when I was there and calling in before we beat the WAFO, we beat the WHO and our committee when you Ghana is in Kita. And the first meeting our year and our friend partial creditors committee now our former China and Pedal budget because China is raising certain valid questions. I mean China traditionally they don't believe in that. It's more working there, even about Ghana for come out with China. For instance, if a China for bank or a China Exim banker, if we do a private entity, and it's not fair that how do you cancel debts of that company? What's Ghana for one code? Then back and forth in what China was initially okay there. Yen so institutions and your bonk for Ghana or your humanazi. If World Bank and Federal Bank cancel what debts now, but why is that you putting pressure on us to cancel that debt? World Bank now first argument in there. Yen sikana yeza magana no yet Zambia na zen. Yes, na magana to keep you, and that thing should be like a revolving fund. It is not fair to tell us to cancel that. Incident, pano no back there. Why reach agreement be kakra? Intimidation there. Why agreement there? Your Bob come on board to give the necessary financial assurance to support Ghana. And you might with children there, the fund and other partners behind the scenes, US Nazi, are so bent on helping Ghana because of one, political position in West Africa as a stable country. And Ghana is the poster boy. The FSA bridge in Ghana stand out when it comes to political stability. And they cannot afford for Ghana to go down. And that is where we see US pushing the strength behind that. Listen, help Ghana to come out of this crisis. But I'm a first argument in that it won't be a blank check. It won't be one say, but put in place the reforms and to ensure that we don't get here again. I'll tell you that I'm struggling. I'm pushing very, very hard. These technical guys, forget about the government. These IMF, World Bank officials, then I don't pick up anything to suggest that even though they are under pressure to help Ghana, they are still going by the rule books and things are moving very fast.
Okay. All right. George, Remember that's a part day to menya kwana ne pay ye twa wonder do na join in with update from Washington DC. Grateful to you, George Rafi.
Always welcome, Opin.
George Rafi, yeah, assistant editor with Joy Business on Washington DC. Maybe IMF, World Bank spring meetings on recording. I'll cover them at the multimedia group. Well, member studio na mema my big phone akwa banafide. Yemfa mo honi yemfa nsheshado Ora Ambrose Amwaishia, a former MC Upper Dentra West Municipal Assembly. Marching.
Nyame Joso.
Biabo kode.
Nyame tiase.
Okay.
Nyame tiase nti biabo.
Background the fans also. Where there All right, George Kobi Asante, Deputy Communications Director for the NPP. George.
Yeah.
Let's say.
I'm here so. I said I need to match you on Ponakopon.
Sigasem suko yi
Oh, yeah.
Where shall say?
Yes, no. When you are not in normal times, when I was say or prepare or expenditure reasonably. Because so the first name Mati and you tum say near Mantisa. So I buy a catty expenditure, or individual and as a citizen or someone with means of a catty expenditure.
I buy expenditure ben wakati.
A lot of expenditures. A lot. Come on say. We are way near my budget, our budget 2023 budget. Near per se, a young woman, the core parliament here was a never be brought a cut. Government appointees 30% are cut from their salaries. A clear indications are buying is living by example. It's ultima munino, you must learn. It's all no maufi. Na o papa, you must have a basaka crack. Say, Papa no, a lifestyle, Papa, you'll be an open life for pad, maybe a 1 month to go to coat or to suit back home. But recently, one was over appointment to suit, no, they obey. Una kwala no so be cut demands beyond your father. What's the reason? So do papa nko dia so they won't put unnecessary pressure on your father. Enti no ye nyina agi tum se ba bia ye du enti no so ye nyina ye bo na ye kate niema. Even upie frifie kura na electricity da bia unse ye kasa asem. Obi wa upie frifie kura na menu na we janka ne ane ne ade nyina asisi so. Emwa we need to conserve energy. Upie na dia o se udum light no. Fan who do no air condition who do no oba so you know me live with this lifestyle. A lot of things now cause no everything shape so many things.
Anyway, my mention say in this discussion. Well, this is the 17th time I got to the IMF.
Sure.
And Utie Georgia obia share then a bit to me a year to avoid Ghana echo back to the IMF in the near future. Based on your experiences and near common now, because this has been the worst in so many years, in generations, and the lessons bang and the house here to me a pick it from.
Could you that say, Mamini can cheer to a refresh, Infa and Chiamo and Penny and another Danko Kuford, one in Abediachi, and the ministers, party executives. And the crescent there, I see Krum in terms of your economy. No. A BS Caribbean check, and I BS Caribbean now he didn't take this for. As I know, say near Echoes will be a same Nino. A BS Caribbean check, a BS Caribbean ABI didn't take this for. So meaning say every economy be a we are no, and then the free big global village. What you say? It's a two, a can near na can. And they would tell my Mukrana will be say be obeying one my mono, it me affect you. I mean, I could do it more dance here. Now, additional the woman say, as of mine, I was here who say, you drum pens will be a nebi bia, ye be an also the yaman yourself. Could you, a dear way I open a case the mind, first of all, I'm for COVID. COVID the buy, expose the deficiency and answer the weaknesses in our health sector. And my who seem to a way apomodin adwosuo no enu nti na o man panyini di ayamhyehyɛ ene akokoduro eye se asoman ne yeni disease control center ba kokra ko so o ya we covid ba ye ne di ahare ecosi disease control center 100-bed disease control center organized
infectious disease control
yes enu ko dan che covid ba ne ma ye hu se ene no ebeduru ma if we should find ourselves in this situation now o man bia ni wa sabi no facilities no enough kura na obetimi di bia ba support wo de no eti wo wankasa no within your country na was obetimi ye bibi ena ma aban lanche sa ambitious agenda 111 no aban by the time aban be free akonwa mu ananse even aban no ewo ekura ne se akwadwo wantimi anye nyina kwa no timi about 50-60% of it is good for us as our mind. And then me no work as a Kofodia hospital and then ye ne teaching hospital ebe tete a doctor for dane infrastructures aban no put in place. And then me no work say wo ko inyiresia ye si accident emergency center and you know so ye see trauma center COVID nearby, you know, even though it was negative effects be but it was positives even so as a man actually arguing about so now me any other year and only the idea as my me expect is also see free and of course a buying so a show leadership a buying it say COVID in the buy and near be a sinto an economy and I see an system no a buying air to and near my say be ya which be say baby my hunchry and then COVID by you say there's the need say or might say Ghana was it to me a support a lot of pharmaceutical companies in room kitchen and no say be your consumer be 100 was it to me and we did dance say a lot of these factories no are springing up anka cranka you be drew economy no or my Ghana are heavily dependent on imports and yet about we are breathing you depending on imports. It is one of the lapses away in economy. Say economy no, and near my consumer to do another 80 to 85%. I near my craft on including toothpaste. I did yes. And they COVID the buy no. I mean, who say I want to a bar. Who see kind of crown effects no nyane do dollars no. Who nyane do mpo na there. What they akokrasa ani man. Ti dey na wo say we. It will try aban ni so di hunu kese ba akopa na one district one factory. Yes, I admit there may be challenges, there may be issues, we need to look at it. But the question is, sir, and it's what you know, the agenda, one district, one factory, and the answer will be
when it comes to COVID there.
Oh, make economy. No, we're looking at it. Say,
okay, because agenda near your agenda 111.
Yes, and you for health sector,
and then you for one district, one factory.
Yes,
okay.
Maybe in my some other facilities we say disease infectious centers. I see near. Maybe na meba economy na nkasa say. Ene ya ahokyere ba ye wiase nyina no. Okope bosia onyeska ni bi. Kwadwo nti say o man no if you don't grow what you consume. Na say bosia na wo de kra ne ma ne ba na wunya bosia na say o man no you will be staffing the combat will be anameboa and I make us as o man and ye ne abe ho say ene ma nkitikiti bebre ho a ye yankasa we can do it for ourselves. It's a wake up call and Abani is showing leadership and I make us say as part of Abani say yeah you make sure say at least we can control your debt sustain you make sustain your debt no any Abani say any bit say one district one factory no and I'm admitting say well we may have challenges. It will have its own challenges.
With the
every policy be our implement here, there will be pockets of issues. Policy be anyway event a process. It will quite do webinar if we say decision ABCD is not giving the results you want. You come back to the drawing board. We sit on a round table. Now why Sakraya? Now Osanko with him. But the policy itself is a good policy. I was a Ghana neighbor beyond industrialization. You bring your opinion or suggestion on the table. Because at the end of the day, we cannot continue to be importing so many things, right? Take it or leave it. A bra you introduce you that's good for oil policy. A lot of people at that time, diesel was hitting around 23 cedis. Yeah. That time fuel was hitting around, petrol was hitting around 18 cedis. When the initiative good for oil on a buy, people ridiculed it in this country. You get it? But I might me Jiran and also because now I buy him near a woman Ibenya. And then many workers full on that same. Baby of 11 cities. Mebuana. Diesel on baby at 12 cities. For the first time in history, in most of the filling pumps, over petrol stations, over diesel, and even petrol boy. Clearly, it tells you say, SAP policy is a policy that is working.
So saying yeah, no we know that the world market price and so forth like
yeah, but
CD are stabilized.
But at the end of the day, we share nuisance taxes, any imported inflation, a war fuel so. There's no way we can say good for oil, no, and make input and as a contributing. There could be other factors, economics. BBN one factor and a driver, an indicator. But the American and they say the goal for oil policy, is a game changer. It's when as communicators, we see about the policy, banana policy in a year, we don't have to bastardize the policy. We need to throw our support for government to know the policy not the Abana. However, ye the ABCD kan ho ebetimi a shape ana aboa am yetimi anya maximum impact na ye de ye hwe no. It you know mama a pocket of issues because we share adia back one eboa Ghana in all of this. I don't know maybe anyone when this before don't want to accept it. And they say Ghana economy no was on good footings before the outbreak of COVID and before the outbreak of Russia-Ukraine war. And this is a fact nobody can dispute. It's clear. All the people are sikasemu accountable hunimdia omani opportunity to assess the Ghanaian economy ni nyina no allude to the fact that the Ghanaian economy was on track. The foundations were solid. What you say until the outbreak or the advent of this COVID and Russia-Ukraine war. And Ghana is enjoying.
Yes, although we're on track.
But there were other inflated, self-inflicted. Of course, exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you. So, nipa. But could you say, or leader behind one decisions in our way 100%. Sometimes you will sit, you will plan, obey your forecasting and our projections. Say, may you take a decision A, B, C, D. This is the likely outcome. But the way nipa, you are not God. Sometimes you will not even anticipation now. You don't know that outcome. But it does not mean say in a larger picture, no, with decision here wrong and not right. As a man, you have a lot of our decisions right, and as a man, there are other decisions we did not get it right. What do we do? I will say review those decisions and then we move forward. Now the Abayi are the right and then they say, could you? This government, Ama Ghana, and a certain goodwill, credibility. Okay? Goodwill is everything. Could you? Sometimes unisika, but say enipa ejudi enipa ogidi ewu mu the old person you can be able to do it. And Osha, under the leadership of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, the kind of goodwill what me created and our building over the years, I'm Ghana or my conquer Ghana. And you know, baby Ghana be coordinating how I to be our Pemubiano. Everybody is willing to support Ghana. And it is not it's not just happening, it's not by accident. And by dint of hard work and good measures and policies. By dint of hard work and good policies and measures. Clearly, no, Abani was doing what is right. International community were happy. For instance, we Abani policy it's a free SHS. And then COVID by in Pokrana, one of the things Abani Jan so obey make sure so obey, and then they say obey protected all the policies are. It is intended to protect the vulnerable in our society. For instance, LEAP, school feeding, free senior high school. All these policies are not affected by the economic downturn our money experience. You know? Okay. And the government has been very emphatic on that. Okay. So no matter what the circumstances may be, these policies we are not touching it. Even policies which say NIP follow here, my grant here, my small businesses. Over $580 million have been disbursed to about 33,000 Ghanaian entrepreneurs. NIP and Ghana Enterprises Agency. And a lot of policies have been rolled on. Abano tries to be protecting small businesses. Even in these difficult times, the government finds itself. George, you say about Honorable.
Yes, sir.
OTA near Koso IMF, near creditors and I George report or the brain say everybody share the structural, say let's say the structure of our economy. Near ye kumi near ye then I'll see it to Mr. Film to build an economy that will never go back to the IMF.
Okay, so could you me that say? My main for Konya is in Aminchia, Yahefu, I hear no pain in a say, so we are Jim Brenner or Henny, I never say a chian. Mesra wa Mechia, Dr. Prince Ebenezer Ahe, or course Adolfo, I want fancy mine in the central region, M1. Na onyine mu se obi obekọ mra hye bedwafi e de ama NDC amanyokuo no enti mesre NDC adofo a won fantama se yeni ayedie mu ani Dr. Prince Ebenezer Ahe oye human resource expert ba mabunu kan ko ne omu yiyo ene omu mpagya e da na koma so payi ti mesre fantama fo se otosumi no dani dua I need any of Brasimu, now much of many Dr. Prince Ebenezer.
And I want to campaign manager.
Oh, there be. mi gina homa ade a eye efe ni ade a ese fata.
Oh, okay.
Sani mi gina homa o mampanyi John Dramani mama okwa anima osombo a ose fata no. Sana mi gina homa de efe bia.
Okay.
Na me sre NDC delegacy say ya pa John Dramani mama nso bo apro. Na sani ayaka no ye be ma no hanchichemu aduokono ni akire pon nwotwe 99.8%. Yede ma o mampanyi John Dramani mama esan say di onim to no yede ne gina atron no ano. Ena obi a ware dawuro da no ka so obewe kwoto a yenye na chine. Nti NDC for o mampanyi John Dramani mama wo ye de prekope 30 bra ye to aban.
Nti be yanka du for nto na dream wo.
Oh, du for ye papa ye do no pay yi. Nanso mre na wapie no enye.
Okay.
Aha, ye do no pa ye ne gine ho pa na mre na wapie no nya de a ye mre papa.
Okay.
Minu ankontomre wo trepo so mechia no. Sanso na kwame ba ya e wo subi mechia no. Mechia ahwefo a ehwe me nyina. Ubusa se adisuade be na yemfamfiri ye ne IMF odwumadi a ekoso sesi ai. Menu akojo aha ya ba begina hada. Na mitie nkomo ana ne George afi etwetwe no a. Nkomo a yete no da. Makani bebre se IMF kuo no diplomatic institution. Enti Ghana yenya independent March 1957. 20th September 1957. And joining IMF. A diplomatic institution, obi a wayɛ member bia se ne ho kyere no a otimi tu ana mo kɔ hɔ de ne ho kɔdɔn wo ma amoa wo hia no ye de ma no enti enka wo hwɛ mu anka wo ma bi kɔ IMF wo se wo hia mo a enka nya bɔne enti Ghana ya kɔ IMF mako we kan ho 17 times sɛ ne wo kan ye no de ya wo mu ni sɛ ayɛ sɛ yenya adesua bia mfiri mu nti brano bia ne yesan kɔ. And it's becoming one thing too many. And any idea a hard you any IMF won kita hudie no. When kanya san kanya bone. Brebi IMF for to Ghana for din say ye star economic people. Between 1983 to 1993, ye 6 IMF programs. Na be a 1 year, be a 1.5 years no keka ho. During the period of the structural adjustment program no. Economic recovery no keka ho ye wie ye no na ya boy ho modern am ya benya abogini say star economic people enti wo hwe George afi ne nkomo anani ni die ni de dai wo mu a wo kan nyina ne ahotoso ani ani da so a wo se IMF wo be boa ye mre wo ye nim no a tembia no saa na aye enti wa hwe maame Kristalina Georgieva wo ye IMF panyini no a ne nkasa ye nyina no oka krokro ene ho keka ho esan se ye entire yarefo apampem and this the ato ambulance mini akwa koduru IMF a wo se ye wasa ye ne ye krokro ye na eduro bi e wo se ye de man no ye de man ne ye hwese betumi agina ye na so a de ewo mu nyina ne se bra ewo mi na na kufu ado ne ba omia eni IMF om de akogina ade a ha adwen because na kwanya bebire wo ho ma oman we se enko wo se etimi ye de ye na oman egina ne na so me kyerɛkyerɛ mu sesi ai obeka ya bra don mama ba ne ye na adwene so obekɔ IMF afim pimienu ni dunum 2015 a wɔhyɛ ase se wodi nkita hodie no ye nuanom MPP fo ba omia ne na akufu ado wo mu si NDC fo atwetwe ka se sebe adwene a enye adwuma wo mu edi wo man nanim ti na omutu anamon so wo kɔ IMF sa abre no bra ye to abawie 2020 a bibia be ye pefe se na akufu ado ne ba omia ama economy tri asiase enti wo si etu anamon hwehwɛ moa no o reckon for yata me bebre gina simpio so ka kire se ye yo man a ye de ye ho ye yo man a ye gina ye na so ye yo man ye na nkokomu adini nti nya ade a ebetu anamon akɔ IMF enti June last year bra o man panyina kufu ado ka se woni IMF president ya kasa ma ye kwa akodon wo mo no ye ni a ye wa NDC no nwa kakra ti ebusa ya se where are the men mrantie ni maba wani akuku damfo a owura ba mi aka se wo mo na wo economic management team no mo ye solid nti ye gina na so no ekokosi sei ubusa me se adisuade be na ibenya free sa adwumadi yi mu nyoma miensa na de aba beduru ha ye ni kan hwe no de edi kan eye sika abanwe bisi a wabo atere ne se ase senia obi wonu meduru a de ni bibi eti senti na abia beduru ha reckless blow me ya de ba ko a abanwe ya edi enya paa yi Because by December 2016, now you 120 billion Ghana cedis. All can in dollars. When you said 3 days ago, Bank of Ghana the fiscal policy report about Ghana aba. Yen can say almost 617 billion Ghana cedis. And then answer IMF we command project say we will end the year with a debt to GDP of 98.9%. By last year 2020, now World Bank project is 104%. So okay. We have our program here. Within the next 5 years, I will say reduce the debt to GDP to about 55%. And here 2016 levels. It means within the period, every year, be a young low economy, we should grow within the range of between 8 and 10%. A Herculean.
But it's possible because we've done it before.
I'm saying a Herculean. That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying it's not possible, but a Herculean. So we reduce that burden from a high of 104%, even 98.9% by the end of 2023, to within the next 4 or 5 years to a range of 55. I know what match them with the Intermediate. I know what and abawe ma besia bo basa be ye ni de. Baby, I tell them say be I can for Tane Nana Akufo-Addo. Your friend say, "Well, more adwuma data bank. Sika no munya na wire no munya obesia bo hunti na ye omodi resa omutu sa na mo." Enti edi kan, ye bo obesia ne yo a. Ya hwe ehun sunsanso. Na besia nso bo awutua. Ti bedum ribiri na ye sika ye ju o memu nyina no. Wuyi de friend amortization, sika na awutua no, interest ni nsi hu, any statutory payment nyina free mu a. De aka nyina sika no asan se we ya we se sana na akwa akoduro. Enti clearly we overborrowed. Now borrowing na ye reckless. Number 2, expenditure. During the elections of 2020, I was hugely involved in my constituency, Upper Denshire West. MPP for say sika. Almost say sika ndu hwe ya to abani we ye no. Na ye sika ye wono, ye dini nyina manabro so hanche mu dunum. So okaya. Bra Finance Minister ready 2021 budget no. Sometime in 2020 no. O project and deficit ananka was around 9%. Ye to abani we na akwa do 15%. One of the highest in some 20 years. And the one uncle for say, yentu anamo. Okay, COVID-19 report no. A trace in free COVID-19. Any senior ye dino basa make auditor general's report. So ko be say na lugua. Aban se okwa si holding center $15 million or ho. Yama contractor $4.5 million as mobilization. Woji sika no dwane ehunu bio. Up to now, Sikanaira. Me of our Guajima menu, crack COVID-19 vaccines. Nanki bit me at top, Bakubia $10. What on it, $19. One fat procurement can be also. Yama me, I know a war, Narugu, pray a parliament, Yakoya, one friend Felicia said, why. Now, or admitting on audio say, on Ukrainian mano, some $200 say, 200,000 Ghana cedis out of the COVID-19 funds on Fanya campaign. Enti ye COVID-19 sika no nyina basa. Ye to abani wie ye ne so ye han. Enti over expenditure, reckless expenditure, sika die basa ya de a ha ye ndwumedie. Enti na make sure say nanka ye wo kwanya say after 2015 IMF program no a MPP for ka say omo de nya de a omo pe. So ka ya, omba ombetwam. Ewi ase no omo extending program no by 1 year from June 2018 to June 2019. Tina time am ga say MPP for say omo mpe board e enso de asonson de o manage ho pa yiye. Ni ewie ni nyina na anche ani na kukuru ya say di mirika akwa IMF for ene wutie mi nua akro bia ne nsem a wokan a obeso o che say em say ye moye nsem ma ba we kura so akọ IMF enso ye bojo ma matri su brown ye ka sa sebe ndc aban na nwene nti na okobata IMF. Now, this usual normal narration say Russia and Ukraine no keka. Ukraine kura no Russia for to bomb gu ho no. MPP for person just o ma America to say yen mpo idea ye wa chiri kura.
But the IMF boss, Kristalina Georgieva, so like I said, the Ukraine, the Russian invasion of Ukraine and COVID-19 has had a torrid impact on
me say IMF, World Bank, diplomatic institutions. Ebeye nwanwa beye atete say IMF. Be kan kire wi ase afa na nyina say Russia and Ukraine enya impact o aman bia so. Do you know what that narration does to Russia? Russia doesn't accept it. And I want to say Russia for they vehemently oppose that kind of narration.
So more the embassy here even
absolutely. Yeah. And it is part of the global politics. IMF, a Western institution, a Bretton Woods institution, the same as World Bank. And he expect such narration say Russia no ebi a anti-West no. Oma ko din semoni amaka amanyina. That's how I'm telling you say it is a diplomatic institution. IMF, it is just like all other diplomatic agencies. Lessons. Nana Akufo-Addo ne ba omia aboye form. Na adisuade e wo se enya free mu no. Eni se e wo se Ghana for te ase se sa aban we e ya aban ya ahomaso aban. E ya aban a wo enu se onim. E ya aban a tambia na wo pagya ni chepe akosoro. Ghana for to abama ba omia ne Nana Akufo-Addo. Because no munim se sebe. Se nka unu ya wo sire manke ye nton na nhwe yare fo mfa ma. But the real say I turn and yare for the Ghana for my economy a sinchechi. So I'm coordinating program we no more Ghana for our to say John Dramani Mama ne na by year 2016 one. It be about this time ka yenya IMF program. But at a point we were in self-denial. The finance minister who needed to take a very bold step in respect of this matter was dilly-dallying. We will go, we will not go, we will go, we will not go because of pride. And the addition idea back when they say as on mine, Yan to send you maybe in Koya, a beja to Niasha as yet to one among them. Send your bear a Ukra, prompt and Antony, and year number one. Number two, we should be able to cut our coat according to our size. IMF prescriptions, no, it's always been the same. So, see, I win in the area. Yet, you see, can you name me a quack with him? Did you know IMF can reduce expenditure, increase revenue? At the Ahuchra break Ghana for Nam Nana Akufo-Addo ne ba mi amamu boni. Senje bia ena ye to electricity ni water 89% meboa. Eka IMF dwumedie no nti nsuo bo aye den, electricity bo aye den. Enam Nana Akufo-Addo ne ba mi amamu boni a omde awura mu nti. Nanse ya na 3 tax policies. Ye de ba ye say no so wokai. Ene beverages ni honkeka ho. Ye say ye de tax say na aka 20%. And you say unum coke and a fanta no kahua. Nebo no beko soro 20%. Yen nuano mo a omo ye my bet ne honke ka ho. Yes here the tour wa hanchiche mu du e de aka ho meboa. Ni nyina ka IMF policies no. So you beka to say okay. Increase revenue nema expenditure anye dey. Emra form. Expenditure be wa form ebi ne dey. Enam IMF odwumadie we nti enne me no kasa siesie. There's a complete freeze. Anye net freeze o. Abanya adwuma ye fa nkofo wom no dwumadie e hye ase ye de tabo atoso a yemfo bia wa adwumam mfie be miensa na nan be wo yanim enam IMF dwumadie na na Akufo-Addo ne ba mi ade akowura mu nti because eno na bebo ama ya san de ejine na ase bio de ka ho bio sa debt ye e ka banks no because banks e bo aban be sia e de ahokyere e de ebra yen kro bia nya abotra e ba ha ukasa na ma ye din drum so a na ohun kekeka sa sa de yato nsanso na gu so nya abotra won anti clearly aban we wadi Ghana fo hwamo corruption minia wa hwa enura United States USA State Department unso human right report no aba me sure say onya bia kan or consider corruption as a very key matter. Now the SR report no e kan afa project as she kan ni dwiri mu ne say Nana Akufo-Addo ne ba mi aban we kofo bebre adi sika wom enso nya de aban aya adwene say obetwe omaso say basa ye wo sika me hina e masika no ho kwa atwe me kwa ahokyirem report no specifically am dey say we bi o cite La Bianca issue no say Ezan say La Bianca maame no ne nadwuma no wo mo ntakra wo aban de emu nti eduru ho say yes sika e wo so mu tua ma aban ye de agu nsanie ni awoso nu no omo ban aban nti ye no ketwa e ma wo mo report no consider that as one of the key areas ya was aban and last one one key lesson ni say I was say nyina hu say na Akufo-Addo ne ba me aban we no o ma ye sika no tro kan e wo no ma hu hia ho Bibi to say national cathedral. So what me fire sika bear say $1 billion say. Would you see national cathedral? Our bra, one my economy, esi adinchecha ye ho akere yen. And clearly, Sanyo ma make nyina no. E ya de a wase ye de adusuade se ye nkomu bio. Se ye ntie wei ni anhwe ya. Say ya 17 times. And you want to see a 18, 19 times. You are clearly Nana Kufu the bomb ya or my boy from.
George, so what share your bonds? Nation and normal perform here. As of June, July last year, 2021, 2022, never sort of when Nanko Phobe can say what share economy na yenko IMF na abayan such say yenko no. And no chino August, September, October, cra the end from cra December 2022. Tiba form cra. Only a IMF no, but April I stabilize it. Your bonds not stabilize
because of policy credibility.
Because you are in contempt when you were warned. And the as what ding and I made really away.
Could you medasi? Maybe so, but my main reaction to it. And you know, credit say the Adom ambulance makwaya Sabia yampana pampam. IMF under these same circumstances, Argentina and Chile never had the same treatment IMF is giving to Ghana. So, many honorable Ambrose, into me, and wash away the fact that I buy your credibility, I buy your goodwill. I know you're 1 point. Then 2, NDC, echo IMF in 2015 because of mismanagement of the economy. In 2015, there was nothing like COVID-19. In 2015, there was nothing like Russia-Ukraine war. In 2015, there was nothing like America tightening their monetary policies. And you know, he cannot compare mangoes with oranges. MPP, we are going to the IMF because of external shocks, which is a known fact. Because of COVID, because of how Americans are tightening their monetary policies, because of Russia-Ukraine war.
But not internal mismanagement.
There's other issues of maybe mismanagement or self-inflicted, which I agree. Already Madika has said there are some decisions we did not get right. But NDC went to IMF in 2015 clearly because of mismanagement. And that point has to be on record. 2, when you are managing economy, you do what we call forecasting or projections. The MPP introduced Yi levy, thinking that Yi levy internally we can be able to mobilize enough. What was the posture of the NDC? The NDC bastardized the Yi levy. NDC here, the only team be within their ability and might, making sure that they will run down the Yi levy. Now, you do your projections, say, in 2020, in 2023, you may want to marry a professional, on any income, anywhere 1,500. The 1,500 on monthly savings. Now 3,000 and 4,000 mudino. Ube save. We na yebua uma unya obane baye. Obane baye cross here jumo ye cross say wa when you couldn't or jumaye or better fee. Because of a football and an amphobia, or me the ben aware no ekachino. Would it affect your projections as a young man or it will not?
Oh, it will.
The same way that son or my teacher here. You do forecasting, you project. So as on my finance ministry, a projection will say you introduce Yi levy, which is an electronic tax now. This is how much we are going to rake from Yi levy, no. Near the other support to, and or maybe I know COVID by any or maybe I try say or be expanding the tax network, or maybe I try say obey you so there for technology and answer a new way of mobilizing revenue. And this is what this government did. About way make sure say be introduced to Yi levy. NDC as a political party, and no moment say we are for bastardizing policy, no. So the projected amount. And we did not even get a quarter of that. So certainly it will affect our projection. And it was on the basis of some projections, no. And the finance minister said we are not going to go to the IMF because internally we can do a lot to ensure say you be putting an economy on track. But because mobile nation records, mobile say because you wouldn't have buy muntino, the abandoned baby mobile of course mujina monasu bogu yeno, and the do baby yedro. And don't go down Ghana ni bia wo hwe nim de mo ye Yi levy ho. Ghana ni bia nim, so it is not for you to sit here and lie. Eno kwada nchen NDC say ye ne ebolo mo ma me analysis bi nchiro kwadwo. When you want to check the rate of borrowing you should rate. We don't use nominal figures. NDC ye be compare na the Dankwa Akufo-Addo rate of borrowing against John Dramani Mahama ye be mathematics. Ahwefo ahwe wo fie mfa pen ni paper na yenye mathematics bi. John Dramani Mahama be fa Ghana debt at 9 billion Ghana cedis. 9 billion in 2012. Oh, free abemu na Ghana debt 120 billion. So oh yeah, mathematics I check the rate of borrowing 1,233%. This is mass. And economics, economics, say, when you want to analyze rate of borrowing, you use nominal figures. We use rates. 1,233. Open calculating 1,233. This is the mechanism. Over 120 billion. Now what 9 billion now what than now beto yeno afrim. Ubenya 111 billion. 111 billion. Now I multiply by 100 because of a rate a percentage. We multiply by 100 and we divided by the 9 billion. It is going to give you 1,233%. That is John Dramani Mahama, the rate of borrowing. Then you come and pick NPP and another Danko Akufo-Addo rate of borrowing. Yeah, but for another buy Ghana debt 120 billion. 2023, as at the last time, your report here was 575 billion. 575 billion. No check the rate of borrowing now. 379%. 379%. And no, I can't first when you 575 billion minus 120 billion. I bet to you. Ubenya 455 billion. 455 billion times 100 divided by the 120 billion will give you 379 billion. So it is never true. Say MPP Nanado has borrowed more money than John Dramani Mahama.
Another 400 and something. Say also Mahama didn't from.
We say we are using these are nominal figures. We are using economics. When you want to analyze rate of borrowing all over the world, you use nominal figures. We use rates.
Okay.
You can call any economic expert and ask him. Let's use common sense here. NDC borrowing, MPP borrowing. Which of these two administrations have more to show for their level of borrowing? In any case, we have borrowed enough to even service some of their reckless agreement. Maybe IPP agreement, Independent Power Producers Agreement. Every year we paid 1.2 billion. Go to Busagana Gas for Usubempa. Is the PR Corporate Affairs Director Ghana Gas. Who we are. Energy Ministry, not for Energy Ministry PRO. Contracted money pay or take agreement almost inside to Ghana. Yeah, by no
IPP that's what they according to Finance Minister. Daniel 1.6 billion. That's at the end of 2022.
Sika Yajiji Bebrenu were using it to finance some of their reckless Jiji Oman Fanya and we reach Chinka and we need Jiskana Editia. And don't quite Biano, MPP borrow and Ghana from Kwalabe 2 million population and a free senior high school. Can the NDC say same? Never. And don't quite Bosiana Yajiji under MPP, any under the competent and other than Kwakuford, Yankani and so. And then Equadia by a generator out the Ejuma. I plant an Amaso. Makoto Petro. Under NDC, under NDC, or any routine, and once in a while. It's me back. And everybody, you see, when we sit here and we are talking now, we are not talking for ourselves. So, yeah, Kasach Ghana for a and Ghana for a in himself, and any Omonkani and so. Hairdressers are going to do a trade, a barbering shop, or your co-store, and himself, the American and Crescent and Canadian is so. And this is to treat the OMG and Bossian boy, then Canadian to Mrs. Wana. And this is to treat the OMG, or one say, Yabadaye, Eddie Adrimboni, any Trimodin, every teachers and nurses training allowances. And people Bossia, yet Yahusan Palano, I was here to me, no more gentity or nursing training, any training colleges. No, I was here so much, and people are resource allowances. No, restore. That is a fact you cannot take away.
But there's a difference between restoring and paying. Oh, medical.
You know, say unu ufira agreement. Now ufira jitum say bosumi bi rent here 500 cedis. Now what me to be a bosumi and bosumi me no be kama. E say what je tum say utu eska no. Ufira when da so okoje bosia oba bi obetimi de no ayi collateral ka say obi de meka o de ba me de beba. I know you better than say kwajo. There is nothing like hope. Ya twa de no. It is kanema. Kwajo de meka dey say. Ya ma Ghana for nkwala 100,000 ategu adwuma ye. True napco. Sabosiana Eji and Nubini Ye. Sabosiana Eji no Kwajo ya akwan e Ghana ha na do ba ye wonya enfie enso wonya 7 years. But ya akwan over 12,000 kilometers of road and you unprecedented ebinsi da.
Okay.
They should not even bring that argument here.
Hold on for me. The NPA increase fuel marking margin by 125%. Na effective ochna. But I don't know, saying so when increasing by 125%, yeah, as ordinary Ghanaians better than it me at here. Enuntino, Yabuan Enya, Honorable Deputy Minister of Energy, Andrew Japa Mesa on the line. Honorable Norton. Honorable Michel, what's the name?
Oh, man, you know.
I'm not mental vim on time because engine. Now, what can we increase it by? Oh, yeah, we increase for market margin by 125%. Or not trading?
You mean, with the win now, when I'm brought here, or see that great. We are political option rate. 125%. No, why upload? But in fact, many MP for Kasana pay. Then they want to manage and petroleum pricing, even though a deregulated market. Some taxes, levies, and margins you are. I want to manage. And many indication there effective tomorrow, which is at the beginning of a new pricing window. Fuel market, marginal or charger, what they to additives are, will make sure that petrol be able to fuel station the army would meet the specifications mean on their adulterated a big wukama on cassette. Them marginal, them additives, marginal water to additives is being increased from 4 to 9 pesos. Okay.
Oh, okay. For in can not 4 pesos, so that can 9 pesos is
no, if I cannot buy 5 pesos. Last year on petroleum prices, na extra no cocoa. Abandon reviewing taxes and margins being levies on petroleum products. What it will be do? Now, fuel market margin law, what's all low from 5 pesos to 4 pesos. I mean, when I do today, exchange rate, the Bawaku we could do no, significantly. Any commodity be I import in dollars, be no, it be here more cities now at Akoto. In zinc ordinarily, Sidino or depreciator. The expectation would have been that margin original, no so that it will at all additives now as I mark petroleum products, so it may protect consumers. But what happened was that pricing rather was reduced. Only due to NPA running significant deficits in the fund. Want to additives no, and our markets no one for mark petroleum products. I mean, I in the risk. I will pose my consumers. It's the two things. Either I ban about risk are being already. Now other subsidized and other top additives no. Another will be program no crash. Another will be increased margin no, so that we know you know scar. Now that additives now here. Obviously, the only option acceptable to all of us would be that we increase margin the crowd so that we do continue program. No, see, that is what my understanding is.
Okay.
No,
bandama insusuando bendo benya wonya ye kokoto consumers ne yedo nti yemfa dem koto petrol ebia 1 gallon na obomu wakosoro be ya hen.
Well, on liquor, it is a calculation now. Then, but really, it's insignificant. Market the 1 cent table no na impact on pricing of umbrella. As a firm, but okay. I'm sure that in the course of the day, as the day, of course, it will take effect from watching now.
So they per liter be 9 pesos dado.
But
okay.
Yes.
All right. You.
Yes.
Honorable, Madase, they to me about
9 pesos, 5 pesos. That will be the effective increase above Abadado.
Oh, okay. Because already 4 pesos ordered at 25
It's already there. Imagine Now the eco petrol station that one show the margin, but it's published and all interest will study space they know.
Okay.
That there's a full market program. I don't know yes. What started the data.
Okay.
You make sure the petroleum products are now in a eco station. Put the meet specifications in on your adult treated. Then see, for me, it's a good program that needs to be continued.
Okay.
The more continue that not yet to me at all. Product in dollars, which your service provider or deploy the local so that we can have the benefit. Then the Oka engine, got to petrol, not on top petrol, papa, and then got to contaminate fuel or affect engine. Cost or you're more significantly more than the slight margins that we pay for some of these services that ain't there. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a good program that has to continue. Able to sustain the no there Emma price not reflect what the market actually is.
Okay.
That's exactly what the NPA has to keep.
Okay. So though marginal no there will be slight increases in fuel, right? In fuel prices.
Oh well, not necessarily. To the extent that we've had some stability in the city, especially arising out of the gold oil program. Not many times have we seen petrol prices rise all the way to 20, 23 cedis to a liter. Our before to 12. Monkey. But on the abundance share power or the two economy. You bring some stability in the demand for dollar because of the goals for your program. And see, we've seen significant reductions over time. And see, actually, was that the baby Amakade? And she share about that one. Petrol pricing regime no or deregulated. What it means is that our upper and lower band are able to match on home. And the distributed margin are being now. And for people to remain competitive, no, they price their products differently.
Okay.
And the what the market actors will react to tomorrow. Of course, in the petroleum pricing build-up NPOE issues, more guide what it is that goes into the price. No, that the deregulated market, not in the multimedia, more PBR. No, okay. By them, so you are not protecting the consumer. And there were limits, bands within which you'll be able to operate. And so let's see how the pricing would be tomorrow. I mean, that one can point to where the direction will lead.
You be follow.
Because you now are no resourceful are fine.
Anyway, but that's it. That pay to my join you. I was secondary so they are secondary to them.
The weekend on Dr. Anthony Akoto say
okay.
And only Master Nanaduku CMIG National Mamini.
Okay.
Two national one credits only 2 months ago.
Marty.
But if they may who?
And I said, what I'm sure you make you can.
Okay, be the in the baby.
All right, Marty. You may think
I am committed to them.
So that's Deputy Minister.
Really, propaganda. Anyway, I want something that you
Marty, Deputy Minister of Energy, Lawyer Andrew Ejapa Mesa, on the Equate Nenkawa. So, is way increase or the margin by so it's going to be 5 pesos because already 4 pesos ordered at all. But the American not in the Yenshe most market and Berry Act. Ebia no be point to Mukra Yenshe. But Mamincha or producer Crow or multimedia Jackson or say on an Yanku Ewo Dubai or Speed Gospel Ministry International. We are told there Wanyanko Frank ena Ophelia wo baba ye wedding na pay nti Frank no no Kumasi wo tenye wo oye Dubai nti Jackson or say Frank Ophelia na Wanyanko fa wo tenye no e Speed Gospel Ministry International and pay nyinara ye chi hon papa. Anyway, wrap up mama na member on our
send them a analysis. Say no senka o NDC trend in terms of the rates now. And then NDC na what about 2023 and come borrow 1.4 billion. 1.4 trillion Kagana debt no. Ka level and NDC dia could do no. Kebe 1.4 trillion. The question woman say you see
say Kebe dey enfa nkasem.
No, we are looking at trend analysis. Meaning, I say you say we have what you call trend analysis. What you say? They say per the analysis my no. Say ne NDC na daso tia ban mu a. Enka ye kana what here wo kan ha na ni amini ono abo ha na ni wo kan. NDC ka Ghana fo nyame ankon akoma mo ma anyen sakra na NDC daso tia ban mu anka ye Ghana anka ye ka e de 1.4 trillion based on the trend me ye kire wo no.
Okay. Yo.
Kojo one say o ya de say o correct no say the nim de kana de hu ne di hu adanse but just what you say and this analysis na wo ye na wo say wo ye trend analysis no any basis bia because empirically we need bibia obegina so
mathematics
no please mama kasa in respect of this matter we need bibia kojo on say all can debt no ahemfa na ya ni nyina akọ wie ne kra ne say ye can ye in debt to GDP and ameboa. Okay. Yen debt to GDP say maka kire o say IMF project say by the end of the year na ye 98.9%. E just say ye ka ye die nyina no ye de wa ejapade a ye wo ho a ye wa hanchichemu edu okron nwotwe ekire po 9 98.9%. Sa na IMF aka last December na ye 104%. Enti mono and amono eka kra ye die bebre numere bia bedu a ye kan do so nche japade a omanwe ewo ene bone ene sika amaje
the debt is cumulative
oh me ba no wait
you cumulative
bra o kan man panyin ko fo de no wan ka
me analysis don Dramani Mahama as against Donado
no me ba
since come
ye kan
na man kan man no
okay but also
no me ba no David Let me make a point. All kinds of ideas. All kinds of semumpuno. When Jimmy and catch the I don't like what you are doing. Let me make my point. I see how hard you need. I don't know. Chirasa Odiana or Kanye Papa. I mean,
wrap up, Mamma.
Yes. Men wrap up. What family be money? We Batomeba. You see, you don't have to be doing some of this.
No, then don't say things I've not said.
One campus say your friends say your friends say epic. I'm a blue umpire yanking off. But just what I say. I come san na tuntwa ho. Waka one district one factory. Say ayeye na ebo Ghana fo digireje Ghana fo eden ehwe ye. No waka bibi about power purchase agreement ayeye. Na say on the 6th of April and I'm buying Aska Energy. Oma sign a new power purchase agreement.
Yeah.
Anameboa.
Yes.
And this is a power purchase agreement. I'm not going to say no here and here. I don't say I call doom so more. You lose 125 megawatts because of our trouble gas. I don't mama maintenance. You can say new power purchase agreement. But oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Please, I don't like what you are doing. Oh, I don't like what you are doing. Jai. Oh, can't you man kasa? Oh, Jai. Oh, na no crown. Oh, na no crown. Oh, Jai. Please, don't let him do that. Sometimes you are too rowdy. Not proper. I am listening to the narration. I don't want to have a conversation. You are getting issues like that. Please don't do that. So clearly, please. Are you the one who determines the truth? Leave that to those who are watching us. I mean, pay some respect to them. So the fact of the matter is that Muye de Bebrebeno and then more sign agreements. Because 125 now I can't do so. So ba mi akra dia tum say NDC for na so budum so that's a factor say any so budum say in here nsembodi bia anamboa and of course Ghana for nyina anyim say the whole of 20 your friend say the whole of 2016 Ghana experience dum so
enye the whole
no
it didn't start from January
no I'm saying by December 2015 You be read the whole of 2016. Not doing so. Of course, say any problem in a can cough to say omudi will come to your maintenance. I mean, why not? Intermittently, power be better to be better come. But your mama also would do so. I mean, that's one point. That's one point I want to raise. Now let me raise this matter. You see,
just a minute. Why?
Yeah. Now, a friend say, Minister, I say, no, me and Cambiana.
Oh, I don't say education at the by
so clearly, and I make us say, I come son, now, I took home. Bisia, your mamma, G. There were the hospitals, there are quite, Nina Obiani. But the one with the American. Most of the time, say, Jai, Sans and Winama or more every. Why? I mean, IMF, Yakwa. There been a call IMF in the past. You can't say any debt restructuring. There been a pensioners. When do musica aqua cosi. Tina Kuya Sujina ho a year demonstration because I bind it for musica. This IMF I queen. A severe. A 3D and a 3D to me many paboda.
Ye in I name. Medase. Yenchia or Robert Jemfi, Stakeholder Communications and Community Engagement Manager, FGR, Bogoso Pristia Mine. You say and when you're 50 years. Okay. And you know, you wish happy birthday into Robert Jemfi, our Stakeholder Communications and Community Engagement Manager, or FGR, Future Golden Resources. Bogoso Pristia Mine, 50 years, and into our pa where big so and the money pay. A chair when you buy a bar and some I can you remember Nnawotwi Yi Adom TV and I send pie from your basisia. Memo akwaba bio enfambra Adom TV. Nnawotwi Yi dwumedia ye di wotie already so I send pie FM. Wotie baby anso a yedase obia obutie o YouTube wo share o Facebook yedase papa baby am wo nyina wiase afanda nyina ye chia mo nyina mamo akwaba de baha entino honorable na obezo kan fu on be ndie me ma be 30 seconds per te wo say
but now honorable no now honorable message say NDC for year propaganda anamboa. You see, I mean, that kind of statement to me, who is say disrespectful. And no, no. And you know, in respect of it, not some no can. But because you see, no, I don't really know. Ne crack run say 120%. No, I don't really know crack run say. Fu abo be kosoro anyambo. One year.
Oh, I just so what is it interested in marketing?
Oh, there be. Trust me. No, trust me. No, trust me. Oh, yeah, calm down. Onim ni nyina dada. On say Drew baby osu or afi na offer say o mo fa.
Boss mako fa na 125%. I say David. If you oka 5%. David.
No. Kojo no nya adwene. No boni be. No, boni be no. You were just talking about nominal figures and real figures. Obi ko 225% ya. Was you ko pa pai. I mean, sometimes these guys must be real.
You must be that.
You gotta find them trying to be real. I mean, sometimes let's be real. I mean, that's the point. The attitude. And mind you, I can't. IMF in share no. Because yes, I can't share no. Because you see, under what we are doing.
Mate.
No, I can't because under what you are doing. I was saying I'm leveraging the benefit of the energy sector. Okay, I was saying I'm leveraging the benefit of the energy sector. Next week, you will hear say. As part of the NCC, no, I was say, ye ni womo mutu fa ngo wa ha ni womo agreement no ke kan ho ye tu ana mo so nyina be san hwe mu bio endi ni nyina kan IMF nhyɛ ni aho kyerɛ de brega na fo ani die wom ni anya conjunction no you see no kra no person obeka where did they come from MPA na ya ade no o person o kyerɛ sɛ oni ba bi afiri ba woni we kan ade na ba beka wo mu wa tena du for tia so adi bo fra o to afọ wano afọ de na oka
ono bo na de oni me ko buga
da bi na wa tena du for tia so adi bo fra to afọ na no afọ de na woni we ka
yen share political incitement speeches are political actors ejina campaign so simpie so to make us media me sha beya me makwan as a party say party from Nigeria hand over power mo bia obi so to me jina so ka say oh afi election dey do or die nensensem no so any extra hin Dr. Victor Doke a researcher Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center. I join here. How man so Doc, me da se be say what to me I join here. First of all, in some political parties na to make a can who is saying
well me that say could you pay which are a chief warning ashofonia. Now first of all no it's rather unfortunate that these statements but as at this time for the atmosphere, political atmosphere, tension are increasing, which we do not want at this particular time. Now, you share the politics of equalization, say, Party A, Akase, in some years past. Now, for the Party B, it was so Aka, this particular thing. Then it means that instead of guiding what you say at the platform, we try to equalize it. This man also said this at this time, so we also have the right to say this at this particular time. At the end of the day, it's time for more these two parties, psychologically, this statement has been embedded in their minds. Into going forward, whatever they will do will be actually directed with these statements, which will not order well for the security of this country, the democracy and peace, stability of this country. It is too early for us and as our mind institutions to be hearing of these statements on the political platform, which will not order well. It is an elections. It's a message say going forward, say campaign messages or whatever it is, both parties should have decorum, know what to say, because everybody is watching the political space. And 2024 is very, very crucial in a sense that we all know one party A wants to hold on, one party B wants to come in. How do we ensure there is peace going forward so that we won't have chaos in the country?
Doc, in some say no na oti momso we kasahunu keke enyahwe ne ade potential ben e wo said de basa yo e de beba.
Well, enye kasahunu sa say na nkofo bi be kan because ukasa say I mean nkofo na mukasa we know in other African states these kind of statements have generated into violence. It is a known fact. Now, as I said before,
for example.
Exactly. Now, it's time for these prominent men. Psychologically, they know, say, once my leader has said this, then at all costs, whatever I have to do to ensure, say, my party, they be winning. Whether by use of violence or whatever means which is not legal, they will have to do it. And we are talking about the rate of youth unemployment in the country. To say, when you make statements like these, you are encouraging them to have some kind of ideas towards violence, which will not be good. Now, security-wise, when something goes wrong, our security agencies may not be able to handle the issue. And it will be very, very dire for the country.
Okay. So, I don't know, a crime base no say to me for prevent the escalation and so Bonia and no between the Abba.
In any way, this incident, or a pushing up an opportunity for the state security to come up. Ibitima fed the two parties together. Near have what Bofo can say a forum. It is not too early to have these forums concerning peace and then iron out differences when it comes to political platform. Initiative prevention measures. Sometimes we like to wait to the last minute. Prevention can come as early as whatever time you deem fit.
Okay.
Now, these two parties are then brought together. The state security agencies, civil society organizations, you have prominent men and women no more country. Then they add their voices. We have ideas towards having a very, plain and fair political platform speeches, which will not raise tensions in the country going forward.
Dr. Medase, on the show. Why? Dr. Victor Doke, researcher of Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center now say anything in common member studio. No wish I found Shasia. In some way, I am more politicians. I am more cano. Quite better soon. I bet me a first why you may see no kind because I am sure you are more supporters. If you have a funnel, won't say Tintina, I will for be able to more baby.
Kojo, a dream may be a more media for more in political discussions.
Okay.
And nneɛma bebrebe a akɔso wɔ Ghana bebree na yɛka ho asɛm tena ha kanyina no mo nso mudi fowo mo sɛ adan bi ba ha nyona na atia na me se emre bi du ya na anoma osi dua so a ɔyɛ dede na ɔyɛ dede na akyekyedeɛ ɔda dua na se na ɔka kyerɛ ahoma sɛ wɔnka kyerɛ anoma sɛ dede na ɔyɛ no ɛde asɛm meba ba so ati ase ahoma no ka kyerɛ no sɛ nya de a betimi atu ho anama essentially we are indifferent and fan ho
and no say me say
anoma so sunsun to bofo duru a otutu pay e kan anoma kikra to bofo duru dua na se a ofa anoma ohun akyekede odi akyekede kan una otwa ahoma odi ahoma akyekede ba jo so ade ase yeni a ye wo NDC mu no yen ye akyekede a owo dua ase a ye kan no da ase dia kwenyo dia ba enyo dia kwenyo. But the duru maybe a more media ni mono. Na broni free be obfuscation. If you obfuscate, you water down the effect of an issue and make it too difficult perhaps to understand.
Okay.
E be na why no pay with your topic. Not you, not with your production team, but the media in general mu be my asade. O say yenka nsemo a politicians aya no me dey eka. Dey na di we aba. Say the nebro di kan ba no no de ayam nwono ba afie anamboa ena de o de ahwe ba afie so no na de wansana ba e enyansia na MPP for ekọ work e friend say ko wa betifi ena Brian Champon gina nipa ni simpie so minim ba bia wo fa ya ansa na wo ko gina ho na minim ni state ya na wo no ka kire Ghana for say 2024 nyaade a wo de power be ma NDC amanyoko no na asem o kan enye ne fapem ne nyina so nyina no wuti ha sisi esa asem na te o say die ndine man kan sa kendi I suspect say ngamo
de ntia o de kan ya nya asem nko
e bia na nneoma bi ngoye woni mu but I suspect say eno ni asem o se mo me ka ana okogina ho no obi aka bibi a kire no ami die na move na no hu nipa no na ni trimu ai ne de no o kan sa asem na o kan
eno ntina wo 40 media no
no that, yes so direct the discussion and let's have a discussion that will help all of us.
But so what kind of discussion do you say? Open say a crime bear so no fire so could draw.
The embassy can say one country Ghana for say. Brian Champon, ne kasa o kan enye de ne discuss.
And as some de enye de. Sentinel discuss.
No, but what topic no say yen hwe politicians ne de.
Because say nyo no nko a.
Ma me njiro bibi.
O flag bear o flag.
Oh, nice point. Fantastic.
Lord Kojo.
No. Kojo Johnson. Unzo woni me agi o. O fa me no.
Because any nyabotre.
No, good. Nyabotre. Oman banyi jonda man mama o can do or die me boa sabe o ti abrantie kama ho fe pa wo yenim difo do or die o ti asese
do or die say
so do or die ne say
owu nkwa
da bi enye sa me ba be di dwumadi ewe me bo me ho modern say me ye de metumi na madi nkunim enti house ne kotoko be bobo so match we de do or die match na no den do or die nti say ko fast kan ne nkonti ba figurative expression
say wonim say senior wo siti asemase enye sa na bia menua bi o hwe yes
enti wo na e wa say dey say obe kirekire mu say enya asembone enso wo kan no reference ye wo kan no reference do or die ba wonim say enya ade ya de bone
I'm saying say mo sans
and I'm taking you on
me so me I ready for you but I say how can say obi agina platform say 2024 handing over power you know mo be me power no enko me boa and one state me boa one state
o say hand over power man this you fa to me more
me ba what say that is what it is so obi aka say on hand it over then your friend say
on fa to me man this
e bia eno 1 point obi so do or die me boa o say do or die na chese say ye ni abre aye kwakwa bibia no de okay na nipa no kan say hand over power no o that
me ba Johannes me ba fantastic
to me no
me pese ye bibia free bibia discourse analysis and ko be ye from postmodernist and this is done in international politics. You can't be a postmodernist. No, they are I don't know. Yes, no, maximum can say. Kasa, you can.
Okay, meba. Where you tell? My production team up the meaning of do or die. They or say persist, even if death is the result.
No, do or die.
That's it.
So persist, even if death is the result. Yes. Death for who? For nipa no or persistent.
And now person be.
Nti me amete maka kire me ma me say. Nyankopon ya adomo 2024 aba. Me kwa kokon agitumi ama NDC wo Upper Denshire West.
Why was I say?
And say MPP for kume in the midst of that.
Can you imagine?
No problem.
Can you?
Na NDC di nkunimu a kama.
Adwene bia o.
You got the point I'm trying to raise. But me fa ade enko say me kwa kokun obi. And yen nyina ye kwa akoto aba. No wait. Yen nyina ye kwa akoto aba. Aba na ye kwa akoto no. Ye be kan aba no. Obi abenya ne resource. But also what you say. Now wo gina ho say ye kan aba ni bo na NDC edi nkunimu a won fa ma no.
Da be na me.
No me go kojoje hansa. Enti sa amini na amode ato ho no. Ene de Brian Champon kan ya makofa we 3 years ago de ba bia ho. Ene ni ayonko fa bia because uni me bi. It only means say Brian Champon kra no onim pefe say NDC be win 2024.
Okay.
Na mo mu win a ye mfa mamo. So you see, yen straighten issue no na any discuss.
Okay.
Obi aba so ye equalization no. Ene ngo betimi akoback no akofa Kwame Nkrumah time. And some akodwobo otuo ni omo aka nyina akeka. But also what you say because why? And before him say 2020 ye to aba no. Womo de akaka bensem ni atutura se ne be wura abem. Hwe me na me wo di aso. Collation center 3 days ni enya ba bi nyonso. Metofo ni aso jafo a MPP fo do ba o na nya ni paketo a. Letter commissioner na o kan aba me odwane. Ndu de opa ahwe records no 3 days apart and Java na Ghana for 10. And the same to no me enter months out. And the same to no me enter kwanso ayem. Ye de parliamentary seat. And this is a branch champion can. And na me nua be ma ya me de o kan. Was he obe patch say wodi nkunimdie be ma ye friend say NDC. And na man penjo ndamani mama aka. Say nkunimdie wo Nyankopon ho. Say ato aba na Ghana fo ahu. Say NDC adi nkunim na branch champion.
Medase.
And you be an officer Ghana for training so no fa num.
Medase. And Supreme Court can say.
So what you say?
You renew police. No.
And if I say mon central for no much where you obeka say no.
Oh blame you central for.
No. Mon straighting argument. Mon straighting argument me en kan say. Wanya ade. Na modern one di bia beka ho aye equalization dey. So that's what your topic is saying.
We have gone to here ka say who nyina no as political actors. Nsem bia mo ka no. Eya na nsem. I'm
saying that kind of thing. No. That kind of thing is to obfuscate the discussion. Enti na me can catch that say. You already have the about fie no. One no one once na one once na buy. So I say. And the another
be born 7 na.
The same trajectory.
Ghana for share.
I say callers no so to me.
One was what I say crime has no expiring date.
Na crime na way. No, where is the crime? Don't talk about a crime. Has anybody committed any crime? One I boy. David. What crime will be our
communication? You want niam mienu. Your frame be encoding of a message and decoding of.
Look at this. Basically now
when Brian was speaking because you know me in a platform no on the video now me share JFK check black and me na chi
okay can we tifie we appreciate no say na we
one of the MCs that day no MPP for hwe nyina no they will testify. Brian make clear statement. One, opeke economic issues say ya ban yi atorenchem beto yen okwam ya ba ya toto niema ma niema nyina gina na na so na ya anye lucky and COVID ni Russia Ukraine niema ba ya na da bre no na NDC for office e to aba en kom bedin kunim na ene ya nyame adom aba na sese ye pa e koso ye ne IMF nkita hudie e koso ayenche IMF e be so ya asene ye sese ye pa e move forward from 8
I don't know Brian boys na my say dey mudi we nso to
about 12 city kwajo o challenge am mo abo
man mo pa mo ni enti ne jade o kekan
o say ene ya fuel ni moving from 18 cedis the about 12 cedi. Eneya dollar no moving from 18 cedi the about 10 cedi.
But also try so.
Because no make can I was on the platform TSM.
Now who the any dey ba me?
Cannot pick up this statement out of context. Now I make can some brand can.
I have am bedu omo fa be ntu am
nti. Ene nyina hye ekoyi no. Ene no say yetimi sustain this and say na NDC ebegu. That was the first one. Allow me to build a point. I am in 5 minutes. Ma me fankasa.
What they kasa faka die wom.
Was NDC ebegu.
Faka die wom.
O say na. O say NDC for nso adwene say abaye kwa kotu no. Omo de nkwasiasem atrasem use the word. Omo de nkwasiasem.
Kojo mo we ni me.
I will crash them and everybody 2 minutes there. You bet Trump said we have the men. That was the statement. I say you bet Trump said we have. We are not say we are not going to give power to NDC. After economic issues, and was MPP. We will never hand power to NDC.
Ghana for training so now,
hand over power to the NDC. That's what like
you know so MPP and what you say economy no the way Nnawotwi started recover no.
But I'm saying that's not
he spoke in honor. You cannot read your own interpretation to his statement.
Yes,
because
what it means is that we will
oh no determine one can
we have the men because Ghana state Ghana no our men. We have men in uniform, I have resources well enough, they can rise up to any occasion. And the police, our trained helicopters, they can use to combat crime. And if NDC and any Ghanaian, I say, attempting to do anything lawless and also anything unlawful, trust me, we shall use the state power to deal with the person.
Judge, are those people MPs?
I'm coming. We shall use them. I say
MP before we
police can
can't election assembly.
Wouldn't you tell me because we tell you
can't election assembly.
But say a piano honorable tia, we are pumping him a mission. Maybe a second mission at Tanzania, what crying, mammy say, on your quack, we are doing on the a whole honorable former say, say, before Kumia, that's the point I'm making. President Mahama can say, do a kill. President Mahama's statement to make it Yanni said, NDC party were revolutionary roots. And that when it comes to unleashing violence, there is no political party in this country that can beat the NDC to that. That was the statement. I see there is going to be a second independence. Who is second independence?
Master,
how we struggle for independence.
That was a doctor tape. Even the miracles or doctor. Our lives, but then our lives. And this is for why would anybody? Why would anybody? Who have the gas and the infantry to even condemn? It's a contest of ideas. It's a contest of ideas. They should bring superior policy arguments. We are better than them. The state Ghana will say,
but you see, there's no point I say our two parties we catch almost say they are one is sacrosanct over the other. And it is about time also Mujai Sans and some. You don't look the destiny of this country any moment why. Anyway, who I will share new to bet me a friend 0302211701. Oh, other gentlemen, and then more session no. More session monument sa enti munya sa de na enti muntwa so munya di mame 0302211701 0302211702 obetumi afre na wo so akire adwen pa cho fra jum volume TV and radio no so na mentie TV no o de tie phone no won na ye ndi nkomo why zero ofra so a men di atembia onya di atemba ko pe be UFA line so 0302211701 0302211702 0302211703 ana 04 fre na yentumi ne won din komo ewon sama ye din komo we ho ya twetwe ya pensem no ye din komo about Ghana IMF nsensam ye kwaso ene ye political parties omon nsensam enkoyi ay boman ne form ye din komo obetumi afre be bia obia no ye din komo ewo ha 0302 211701 0302 211701 01 obetumi ay ne 02 ana 03 ana 04 na ye no ending komo ewo ha we Nnawotwi adwumadi a ewo Adom TV san twa ne ho ewo Asempa FM obehwe yo YouTube and Facebook ye da so ho ba bia hwebi na ye ending komo embom 0302211701 obetumi afre na ye no edi enkomo why okay nana bonsu ewo ho ma no so nana bonsu me da zo afre me nti wa enka won so nana
I'm chia for the minia for science market library see them part of my home shemi only bibi so far as here IMF omo e beso mbebo wi asidi e gani e ho kire wa utimi ekodwato e won ho e mo omoboa na ni bia no buso na ye bo no ye di twuma na se ye di ale tai e no tiyo ni se Ghana ha di bia no se di amonyo sem ye kana bufuo so you never make a semi, not the single show. Once before 2001, open civil military or handy over. On Montpellier check for 2008, Ghana for this year or handy over. 2016, Muhammad handy over. And the Ghana forces, you know, collect some thing, ever take it back to Noah. Find the bit of a company. And that's when you say, for Muhammad Emra, find the bit of say, be dearly a moment for grow and come kaka. I say, when you think now, sorry, you will dig him a percent of a part of Montpellier, you know, because don't you nothing because when you want everything, young Makuma, not a channel.
Yate, yet I say, what fire out, so a woman, so fire out. At the same, maintain or agent. Okay. Dino me. Okay. So kiss me so hey na kiss me there. Anyway. Kiss me mama nse wa jentre.
Ofa nyakopon sira papa no pe wa badwuma. Na mentia NDC no. Na ofa 724 say enye adwoa ni jo bankwa na oya de ojojo na mmom ya ne ya banso ya de ya wo ya wom. Asema emre bi eye yewura omampanin dada eye Jamahama ekaye se du oda no Ghana fo nyina condemn se enye nti adenti na nne so bratian pon so what can be say NDC kura omonfa tumi emom ya ne akofa asem dada ba ye nyina so Ghana fo se pe Ghana ye na we ko kabi na ye se enye na so dati bi be kabi na de compare na se sa ni pa kura ye mamboye fo na da ko fo ba say IMF fo de on ko bi mpoda na Ghana it is castle offer ene de na ati me na ko moja mo kiss me akoda na for 65 makramo
hey odin de kiss me papa anyway also met me after 0302211701 nagode na say me enti wajentre nagode say o so a et say na me enti wajentre why
me pacho me efa seboko de
nyame de ache me menua
yo me da adomfo nyina atiefo nyina se anopai me pacho I am say yene Ghana for na nkasa any medium for na me bra na kan no me pacho ya momo ye entrechere nsem ntira amanfo yi se de be ya on beti ase no efi se bra na champo asem ya o kan yi ayesa na ase wodi wo ya obi ni akoma wa hwe de o man yi mu aye ahokire ewo o man yi mu na wo be kase se tumi ni kura mo fa ma NDC fo a bra na champo onya be man te obi wo Ghana ha o Ghana ha ye wo mema so ha Brena Champo no wonye mema atama wo kan so we bi a won pie nche no ko dire ba bi no onye no nkata atemwe ye ba handre no ye ba handre na mo na uta ye emema o Ghana
sa ka mo ya mo jo mo kasa menye wadwe se obe handle obia because of your work no ye ne sa be hu se eden sense bebre na e ba Ghana ha 0302211701 ma ye mfa your last call I wa high na afa de yentumi emma ye muso last call no 0302211701 obetumi aye last caller anti momodin friend na yenti wo so adwen okay Kobi ma yenti adwen tre oni last caller
that is when you dey mechia abajafo nyina na mechia MPP ni na woti ho no oni NDC ni nyina na ye ma statement bi e wo ho se CI ye NDC ni no na o say NDC for ND dum so me man on record straight Uncle October 2016, Dr. Kwabena Donko, on an power minister, or resigning based on the facts of promises when NDC and ND Dumsa Obejai are resigning. Close to election in 2016, now Dumso and that's what Momani in 2017, March, April, not Dumso. Asana yiti enkle na Dr. Bawumia SAP no categorically say light na estimate na
say na mom Dr. Kwabena
December 2015 the only fact you're right
anyway
no only fact
just absolutely wrong a minute each 1 minute yeah
and this first started with propaganda about Kuma by election. In fact, maybe my team sisters.
Any propaganda?
Asempa.
Oh dear.
And they know it's say by election in the road ministry. You dear me I have a document in my car. We are young commemorable. PPA approval. Kumawu town rules. Any Kumawu to Raso. Kumawu just Raso road. PPA approval 25th January 2023. The agreement between Joe Shop, when somebody called my first contractor, and some contractor need delay on different some on Joe Shop. A Ghana Highways Authority, any Joe Shop company sign agreement, a contract agreement, 5th February 2023. That date I'm about to know. Now you Rabazua etiase. It's on record. You knew Basua Kurakoshia the constituents. I catch almost say. What to an amount of canons when in your former MP or no
Gentlemen, my point. Gentlemen, please, gentlemen, anyway, that's say Oshe Nnawotwi Yi Dwumadie Jamara Akowatwum a reporter wa dom and I would part to you, brother. Yankopon Shra Papa. And Tiebada so be or share Otie Bia, Yankopon Shra Yina, and San to me share bio, Nnawotwi a day anyway. You're from Samuel Kojo Brace, Mene George Krobia Sante of the MPP and Ambrose, Honorable Ambrose Amwa Eshia, former MC Upper Denture West. Yebada say, Yedebesi, or today.
Well, woman organize a message in our